Hello everyone and welcome back to Lakeside. Today is going to be a video about primarily Rapido actually. It's one thing to do with the APT-E, which you saw in my previous video, in addition to that, and a review. Now, I've never done a review before in my life. So this is going to be a first for me. It's certainly not going to be up to the standards of the likes of Sam's Trains, and who does fantastic reviews, to be honest. It won't be up to that, but it'll be an honest review. I've got three, bear with me, I've got three wagons here from Rapido, and so I shall be unboxing those and reviewing them, and see what you think, see what I think, and also I'm going to show you some bits and pieces I've got for the operating lock gates, which are over there. So there's some PCBs and servos and things like that. I just want to show you that so that you can know that I'm about to start doing the lifting up of the gate. So I've got to design that, incorporating these bits so that I can get this lock gate to go up and down. They don't open like normal, it goes up and down, but I'll show you that later on in the video. Okay, so the first thing to do is to show you the APT-E, which is sitting over there. Okay, so see you in a minute. Bye. Welcome back, and as promised, first up on the list is the Rapido APT-E. So if you remember, this was the one I got back from Rapido about 3 or 4 weeks ago now, and where it had been broken really since about 2018, and I just put it back in the box, and I got them to repair it last week and had a fantastic service from them. If you want to see that and you haven't seen a video, then just go back a couple of videos and it's on there. So the reason why I'm doing this is because there is an addition. Right, for those eagle-eyed, you would have noticed that there is now an additional coach. Now, I meant to get the additional coach which Rapido issued back in 2016, but I missed out. It sold out virtually immediately overnight, so I didn't get it. But this time round they've just reissued the APT-E again, and I got a heads up from Dan over at Rapido that they've got very limited stock of the new coach, so I went straight over and ordered it, and it came yesterday. And the new coach is that one. So it's the TC3-E. So there's a -2 and a -1, and that's the new coach. The bit which worried me was, would the colour match? Because this is the rerun version of the 2016 model. Now that's what, 6 years ago? 6 years? Yes, 6 years ago. So I was a little bit hesitant, I must admit, in buying this, because what I didn't want was an additional coach stuck in there in that train, and it would stand out like a sore thumb because the paint wasn't quite the same match. It's bloody identical after 6 years, and they've still got them matching. So that really pleased me. The nice thing about it is that I've now got the full set, and it looks lovely going around now. It looks like, it always looked short to me without the additional coach, but that looks about right now. It looks like a proper train. Now I know the APT-E is a bit of a Marmite train. You either like them or you don't. Some people say they're ugly, some people just don't like them. They prefer the passenger version of the APT, which is fair enough, it's not an issue, but I just love this over the passenger one, to be honest. I know you can get 14 coaches, I think it's 14 coaches in total of the passenger one. If I put 14 coaches on this, it would probably join up, going all the way around the layout. There is absolutely no way I could have 14 coaches going around. But I admit it's a reasonably nice looking train, but I prefer the experimental one, this one. But that's what makes the world go round, isn't it? It's different opinions, different likes and dislikes. So that's made me very happy. So that's now complete and it's up and running and it goes like a dream. So that's one thing which I've settled this year, which I was determined to fix, and that's a job I can now tick off and have that up and running. What I would like to do on probably my next video is to have my Midland Pullman out, because I haven't had that running for well over a couple of years, I wouldn't have thought, and that needs a run. So I'm going to put that out on the track soon and give that a run, because that's a beautiful train to run. 6 coaches, twin speakers at either end, twin motors, and it looks just and sounds lovely. But that's for another video. Okay, so that's the APT-E with the additional coach. Lovely. Right, so what I will do now, I'll shut the camera down and I will show you the next bit, which is, before I get onto the review, I will show you the bits and pieces I've got for the operating gates for the lock. Okay, so I'll be back shortly. Hello again. Right, so this is the part of the video where I'm showing you the bits and pieces I've got for the operating lock gates. There's not much to show really. It's 2 PCBs, 4 mini servos, a pack of cables, wire cable to operate the servos, to the linkage for the gates, and that's just some little adapters for the mounting the servos here. So I've got to wire this up for operating 4 servos. Now what I'm hoping for is, the reason why 4 is that I want 2 to operate simultaneously the operating gate, so that would be that one for instance. So there'll be 2 servos operating from this PCB, which will make the gate go up and down, and this one is, if I can do it, I want to make the water inside the lock go up and down too, so the gates will open and the water will go down to the same level as that over there, and then it will rise, the water will rise and will fill up and be level with the viaduct, if you like, if you want to call it a viaduct, for the canal. So the water will lower and rise, and then the barge will be able to come out of the lock and go along here. So that's the plan. Whether I can get it to work or not like that, I don't know, but hopefully, I mean, I've got it in my mind's eye how I want it to work, and it's very similar process to the lift I've done over here. Bear with me a second. So that principle there, I want to be able to use it's not the same principle, but a very similar principle for operating the gates and the water. But we shall see on that. There's going to be a lot of proof of concepts, my favourite term, going on with building that gate. But I will get there. That took me 3 months to develop that, with bits of cardboard and plastic and so forth, but I got there in the end, and it works a treat. It's never ever played up. It works smoothly. I love it. It's just another little attraction for the layout. So anyway, it's going to be based on that kind of principle, and what operates that is these efforts: servos and the PCBs to operate the servos. And with these I can alter the speed, I can alter the throw of the servos, I can make the servos just do a small turn, or I can make it go a complete circle. So this gives me quite a good function to control what I need to control. Because obviously the water is only going to go up a small amount, whereas the gate is going to raise a lot higher than what the water. That's why I can't put the two together. I've got to treat them independently. And obviously when the gate goes up, I can't have the water going down or up at the same time as the gate is opening or closing. One or two has got to happen before the other. Hence the reason for 2 boards. Okay, so that's about it. So you can look forward to me progressing on that eventually. So now it's time for the reviews. Okay, so let's get on with it. Bye for now. Hello everyone, and right, welcome back. So this is going to be the review, or attempted review, of some Rapido wagons. Now the story behind this was that Dan at Rapido UK contacted me regarding the additional coach for the APT-E. And while I was speaking to him, he did say or mention, would I be interested in doing a review of some wagons? And I thought, well, yeah, why not? I mean, I've not done a review ever before, not like this, so I thought, well, this will be a good opportunity to do one. I am not in the same realms as a lot of other guys on YouTube who do reviews, nowhere near it, especially people like Sam over at Sam Trains, who I think does an excellent review of locomotives and rolling stock. I'm not in that league, but what I can do is my best for what I think that I would like to hear from a review. So you're going to have to bear with me, because it's Rapido. Then I know a lot of you are going to be screaming down the keyboard at me, saying, oh, they're too expensive, not worth that much. Well, it depends on what value you put on something when you're buying anything, not just railway stock. It could be anything. And cheap is quite often expensive. That's something which I've learned over my 73 years of on this planet, that oh yeah, that's a bargain. Actually, it doesn't turn out to be a bargain. It just turns out to be a bag of nails. So these, I've got 3 wagons here, and they're all retailing. I've done some research this morning, and the recommended retail price is £32.95 for each of them. Now that is the Rapido price, but obviously if you buy from retailers they come down a few pounds. And the cheapest one I found for this particular one, which is the gunpowder van. The cheapest one I found was £27.95p at Rails, and all the other wagons they do are the same price. So you know, they do a fair amount of wagons now which have just been released. Probably, I don't know, 6-8 wagons or so, maybe even more, but they're all priced at the same amount. And I think the pricing structure is probably the deciding factor on whether you buy any of these Rapido trains or not, Rapido train wagons or not. It seems to be the common comment on Rapido stock. It's either too expensive for what it is. But as I said, to me, you pay your money and takes your choice. I can fully understand people saying it's too expensive for them. That's not an issue. Considering you can get Oxford Rail stuff for about £14 of a similar ilk, when you compare it to Rapido, which are £27, and I'd say £28 a pop for each wagon. That seems to be the crunch, is the price. Me personally, I wouldn't have any issues with paying £28 for a wagon, as long as the quality was there, which we've yet to find out. I've not opened these at all. I've got 3 here. 2 are in a cellophane, exactly as they came to me. 2 are in a cellophane envelope, and this one's not in a cellophane envelope for some reason, but I haven't taken it out of the box, so I don't know what it's like until I open it. So let's do that one first. Let's open this up and see what it's like. That is the description on the box, should you wish to pause your camera. Well, not the camera, but the video. Now this is packaged in the same way as all the modern stuff these days as regards the ice cube package, which you don't always get with wagons. It does have a little accessory bag in here, which is 2 little plastic things, which I think are builder's plates by the looks of it, which will obviously go on. You can see there's there, just there where my thumb is. Let's put that on there before I lose them. And I think they go on the chassis somewhere. So let's open it up, check it out. Now the first thing I noticed was on this, it's quite weighty. There is a lot more weight here than the other 2 wagons, that's for sure. So let's pop it on here. Now I haven't done anything to this, I haven't oiled it or anything. You obviously saw me take it straight out of the packet. But it does roll nicely. And the wheels are very free turning. There's some good underside detail to it. No sprung buffers, but who cares? And unlike on Sam's video, the buffers are intact, they're not loose. The print quality is excellent, and so is the moulding. And because this is a gunpowder van, it's made of, in real life, it's made of steel with rivets and not wood. But I think they had a wood inside, but I might be wrong on that. So there we go. That's rather nice actually, and it is quite weighty. Oh. It's got nice white wall rims to the wheels too, I like that. The quality of the paint is superb. Roof is, it's got a sheen to it. It's not gloss, but there's a sheen to it. I'll put this down, you can see the print quality. Let's just lower this camera down a bit. There we go. Now if I zoom in, too much. There we go. So that's all fairly readable, that text. There's even some nice little detail at the bottom here for the handles or the chains, and that handle up there is very well detailed. So to be honest with you, it's a wagon, and when that's going round the track and you've got other wagons attached to it, you're going to go, oh, yeah, it's a wagon, which I agree, but at the same token there is a huge amount of detail on that, and if you probably can't pick it up on the camera, but the axle boxes here and here with the handbrake lever, that is so finely modelled. There's a nice bit of modelling there. I've got an old Hornby, let's move that out of the way. I've got an old Hornby truck here, which I've got out as a comparison. If I zoom in a bit, and you can see that they have attempted to mould this down here, but to be honest with you, the moulding on that is not a patch on the wagon here. This handbrake lever is very, very thin and about the same thickness as what it should be, and it's even got a very slight bend on it where it clips into this clip here at the back. This Hornby one, this handbrake lever here is really thick. In fact, it's so thick it's touching the side of the cab there. So it's nowhere near as fine. Anyway, I just thought I'd put that there as a comparison. Is it worth £28? To me, yes, because I know that I've had experience with Rapido in the UK. I know that if there is an issue with anything from there, not just this, but if there is an issue, they will do their damnedest to fix it for you, and you won't have a problem. What you do, if you bought this from Hornby, not a retailer, but from Hornby, if you bought it from a retailer and there was something wrong with it, you would take it back to the retailer. It's gone out of focus, hasn't it? Can't get it to focus. You would take it back to the retailer and say, you know, I want a replacement or my money back. But if you got this from actually from Hornby, don't know, would they replace it? Possibly. But you've got to get through to them, you've got to send it back, you've got to do all sorts of things. Rapido is quite a different story, and this is the value for money bit I'm on about. Because I know that if I contact Rapido, they will tell you to send it back, probably with a return slip which they will send you, so it won't cost you the postage. And that's the value added part to the loco or coach or wagon from Rapido. There are a couple of companies now which are showing signs of breaking the mould of the big two companies, and one is a Curascale, which I think their products are fabulous, and Rapido, again, I think their products are fabulous. And it's not just the products, it's the bit after that, it's the after sales, which I take into account. Other people don't. People would go, well, if I bought something, I shouldn't need to return it, or there shouldn't be anything wrong with it, and I quite agree with you, there shouldn't be. But sometimes, you know, there is. We all know that, we've all suffered from that. And it's how that company deals with the situation, the problem. That's the important bit. We all screw up at times, and it's not how you screw up, it's how you fix it. That's the important thing, in my opinion. I'm not saying that's everybody's opinion, but it's my opinion. And you get that in all walks of life, whether you buy a car, a fridge, whatever. Sometimes things do go wrong, can't help it. But it's how it gets fixed which is the important thing. And as I've had incredible dealings with Rapido, I know that if there is any issues at all, then it will be fixed, and fixed quickly. So I'm going to hook this up along with the other ones in a minute to my, I'll just get this to my Peckett. Now here's a good example. I haven't bought a Hornby, wrong way, I haven't bought a Hornby loco for ages, but I saw this and it changed my mind. I thought, oh yeah, I really like that. I didn't buy it from Hornby. I refuse to buy anything from Hornby these days online, and instead I bought it from somewhere else as a retailer. It was a good price. I liked it, I saw it, and I got it. Within an hour of running this thing, it jammed, totally locked up. Now it looks lovely, it really does look lovely, but there is something amiss with the mechanism under here. I've fixed it, and it goes okay at the moment. I don't know how long it's going to last for, but this seems to be the same with Hornby at the moment. Yeah, they're just so unreliable. You buy it, you put it on the track, and it goes, assuming there's nothing missing or broken, and it goes fine, and then suddenly, for no reason at all, something goes wrong. Anyway, getting off the subject, let's put this back over here. But it's getting off the subject, but not quite. It's what I'm trying to concentrate on, is this extra value you get from other manufacturers. And Rapido have this in abundance with their quality. That's why I would buy this, because it is just a lovely piece of kit. It does everything it should do. It's very well made, and the detail is outstanding. Right, let's put that to one side, and it's, as I say, it's really nice and weighty. So let's open the next one. Now this one is the 5-plank open. So that's the, let's just raise this up again so you can see it, zoom out a bit. Hopefully the shine's gone off the cellophane, and that is the label on the box. The actual fact, what I'll do, I'll take this wrapper off and it might come out a little bit clearer, so bear with me. Okay, so there is the end of the box. So it's a 5-plank open SECR. Let's get this out. This feels lighter, but obviously it would do because there's not so much of it. So again, it comes in its own little shelf along with a piece of literature as well, explaining about the SECR 5-plank open wagon and the differences. Let's put that back in the box. Let's get this out of its shell. Put that down there, over to one side. And it's got a little piece of foam on the inside. Let's pop that on the track. Yep, the wheels are turning very nicely. I know that Sam, when he did a review on his, then I know that one of the complaints he was giving out was that the axle boxes were not quite in line, and it was causing the axle not to run correctly. It was quite stiff, but these are running absolutely fine, no problems with that whatsoever. And again, the level of detail on this thing is just amazing. It is so crisp, it really is crisp. I don't know how close I can get to this without it going out of focus. But there is a lot of detail on here. And actually, that is actually quite weighty. Where's that other one, that Hornby one? Yeah, you see the difference between that and that. I haven't got any scales up here, unfortunately, so I can't weigh them, but this Hornby one there's nothing to it. It's very, very light. That, I don't know where they've put the weight, but that is a lot heavier than this one. Now, whether it's the density of the plastic or whether they've hidden some weight inside or not, I don't know. But that's certainly a lot heavier than that Hornby one. Now, considering I haven't oiled these, they're straight out of the box, then let's see what they're like for hooking up. Yeah, I mean, there's no problem there, is there? Buffers, again, not loose. They are aligned correctly. The couplings are perfectly aligned on those two anyway. I'm not keen on these tension lock couplings, but as they come straight out of the box, then they'll do for now. They are NEM couplings, so they can be taken out and changed. Now I think if we go back to this Hornby one, yeah, you can see that what I've done is I've actually, this came with some large coupling, decouplings, so I've taken those off and just screwed underneath a smaller D lock coupling. Don't have to worry about with that, it's already there, and because it's in its own NEM socket, I can take them out and change them to whatever I want. All my wagons like this I fitted with KDs, number 19s, and they work a treat, so I should probably fit these with KDs too, so I can run them behind my other stock. But looking good so far. So that's 2 out of the 3. Again, the handbrake is superbly, the lever is superbly detailed. It's lovely and thin. It's not a massive great big piece of moulded plastic like that Hornby one. Very, very fine, very intricate. Lots of rivets along the side. Printing is excellent. So let's go for the next one, which is the 7 plank, I think. Yeah, 7 plank. So let's open this one up. When Dan asked me to do this, I said yes I would, but it's got to be a fair appraisal. I'm not going to say it's good when it isn't, and he was fine about that. Obviously he appreciated that, and if it wasn't any good then I would say so. But I mean, so far as I'm concerned, then what we have here is just oozing quality. Okay, so this is the 7 plank, and I think it's bolt side red. Let's have a look. Departmental red, beg your pardon. I'll show you the box end. There. And it goes without saying that it's actually exactly the same. I'm just eyeing up these buffers, and they're all firmly fixed. They're level. They're perfectly in the right place. The couplings coupled up, as you saw, no problem. It's exactly the same, to be honest with you, as this one. It's there's virtually no difference to it. Well, no difference. Below the body is identical. Let's check my wheels on this. Yeah, I mean, look, they just spin and spin and spin. Still going. And stopped. This one's still, oh, that's just stopped. So whatever was wrong with Sam's, I don't know whether that was just a one-off or what, or whether it's an early release, I don't know. But certainly all these three are fine. I mean, everything about from the chassis below is identical. These two wagons haven't got the white rim like the gunpowder one, but the actual moulding is superb. Just can't fault it. There is nothing amiss as regards to printing. I mean, there's not a huge amount of printing on there, to be fair. It's just a few numbers, but what is there is superbly done. And what I love about this one, I don't know if I can pick it up. Unfortunately, my camera doesn't want a focus tool when it's close up. Is the detail on here, and just by there is all the latching, and that is superb. Absolute bloody superb. I personally can't find anything wrong with them to moan about. For 28 quid, yeah, I'd go for it. I really would, for the reasons I've said. I mean, I can just feel the quality there. They're not particularly light. That's probably a little bit heavier than this one here. And they couple up sweetly. So the only thing really is pricing. And I know a lot of you would not pay £28 for these. I know that. But it depends what you want. Would I buy a £14 Oxford rail instead of one of these? No, I would still buy one of these. I'd rather pay the extra because I can see and feel the quality on these. Lovely, lovely. I mean, you see the way that there's a slight dip in here, and you can see how they move. Yeah, so I think well done, Rapido. Now, it would be nice, wouldn't it, if they could lower their prices a tad, say down to 25 at a retailer, but at 28 quid, it's right at the top end, isn't it? Right at the top end of the range. But I like them. So I think really that's the end of my review for these. I just can't find any fault with them. There's nothing there which is standing out like a sore thumb, which says to me, oh no, I don't like that, that's not lined up, or this is missing, or anything like that. There is nothing missing. There is nothing which is not lined up. It's all there, it's correct. So I think what I will do, I will pop these, I will shut the camera down, I will pop these behind the Peckett, and we'll see how they run. More importantly, we'll see how the Peckett runs. I have taken it apart and I've got rid of what appeared to be the binding up of the gears underneath, and it appears to run okay, but I don't know for how long. That's the issue. But we'll give it a go and see what happens, and we'll see how these efforts run. I think they should be okay. I mean, there's a fair bit of weight to these, to be fair, so they should be okay. Right. Oh, one other thing I've just remembered was that I did notice on Sam's video when he was doing this that, I'll get the box, and I'm sure Rapido have had, I'm trying to desperately find it, bear with me a minute. Bear with, yeah, here we go. They probably had their legs pulled about this, oh sorry about that, time and time again, but let's move these out of the way. Rapido, they've spelt their name wrong on the box. RP, not RA. Now that is on the gunpowder van, but I think the boxes are all the same apart from the labels which are added afterwards. But it's interesting to note that on the other vans I've got, it's spelt correctly. Just here. Rapido is spelt correctly. So obviously the proofreader, whoever did this one, had maybe 1 or 2 gins more than what he should have done. And having been a typesetter in my previous life, then it's very easy to make a spelling mistake when you're typing. But anyway, it seems like the Rapido name is now fixed and it's all good. So I will shut this down and put these on the track behind the, where are we? Put them behind the Peckett and see how we go. Okay, so I'll see you in a minute. Bye for now. Okay, so the final part really of this review is to, I want to back up the Peckett and see if it hooks up okay. I've not done this, honestly I haven't. I've just put those on the track, and so this is going to be the first time. I don't know what's going to happen. Hopefully it will pick up everything, and these 3 wagons will hook up to each other successfully too. So let's do that first and see what happens. Hopefully it will go the right way. Oh, look at that. That's seized up again. Would you believe it? Can you hear it? I tell you, I'll swing for Hornby. I will swing for them. Oh, a pile of crap. Excuse my French. I'm so annoyed. That's jam solid, look. Absolutely jam solid. No movement there whatsoever. Bloody thing. Okay, I'll just bear with me. I'll see if I can find another decent shunter, a Bachmann one or something. Bear with me. Hello again. Right, sorry about that. I'm just so angry. I'm just so angry about that Peckett. Really am. Right, I found the Class 08, which is a Bachmann one. It's actually got lights on it, and it's a really nice loco actually. I ought to put sound in that. Okay, so let's try this and see what happens. I don't know what way it's going to go. Wrong way. So we'll hook up and see if it all hooks up okay. Right, the first one didn't hook up correctly. I think that's just because yeah, it's okay now. The coupling wasn't lined up properly. So let's see now how it runs. So I'll take the camera off the tripod so that I can follow it around the layout. Look at that pile of crap. Oof. Right, here we go then. So they're absolutely fine. There's no wobbling on them. Running really nice and smoothly. Excellent. Excellent. Well, I mean, there's just nothing wrong with them. I can't really say any more, to be honest. I say, I know you guys will be screaming and shouting because of the prices of them, but to me, it's not just about what the manufacturing costs are and the shipping costs, containers, it's the after sales as well, which I consider as important. Rapido and Acura Scale and a couple of others are really showing the big two up at the moment. Typically there's a good example there. That was not planned, that just failed again. Oh dear. I'm reluctant to send that back. I really am. Oh well, I'll have to sort that out. God, that's really annoyed me. Right, where was I? Yeah, so my recommendation, and it is only my recommendation, then these to me are good value. There's nothing wrong. Very well engineered, very well produced. I like them. There's a fair bit of weight to them in comparison to the other wagons I've got. I don't know how they've added the weight though, because there doesn't seem. The only thing I could think of is either the plastic is of a higher density, or there's something underneath between the body and the chassis. Whatever it is, they've succeeded because they are quite chunky. I would buy them. These were given to me by Rapido to do this. I'll put my hands up to that. But I did say at the time that as I said right at the very beginning, that if they weren't any good, then I would say. But I really can't find any fault with them, which is a good thing. I didn't really want to find a fault with them, but no, they're really, really nice, and I would thoroughly recommend them. But that's obviously down to you guys. I know we've all got different ideas of what we'd look out for when we're buying stuff, not just model railway stuff, but anything. But if it's these, then I wouldn't have any hesitation in buying some more of these wagons. And yes, it would be nice if they could bring the prices down a tad, but you are paying for quality. And that's about it, folks. So we've got some Rapido going on there, haven't we? Got the APT-E just sitting there all lovely and lit up. I love that. Absolutely adore that train. And my first 3 wagons, and I will be getting some more. Now I've seen these and the quality, I will be actually getting some more. Probably to replace some of the old stock I've got from crap company like that. Right, okay. I'm going to have to go and sit down, I think, to get rid of this anger. That's really, really annoyed me. Okay. I'll speak to you later, people, and hope you'll have a good week. Okay, so bye for now, and I'll speak to you in a week or so's time. It's gentry building time shortly, so I will be taking less time up here at the moment, and starting doing work on the gentry. But I'll be splitting some of the time. It won't all be gentry. I'll be coming up here because I really do want to crack on and do that lock over there. I really want to get that started and underway. So on a day like today, when it's horrible and miserable, then this is the ideal time to be up here and not out in the garage doing the gentry. Okay, bye for now, folks, and have a good week. Bye for now, and sorry about me getting upset about that, but I couldn't help it. It was just so infuriating. It moved about 4 inches, didn't it, before it packed up. Right, bye for now. Bye.